What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. We got some pretty cool news today here at news time. I wasn't really expecting to get a version update notice today, but hey, we got some cool stuff. We also had the official announcement of the Green Bull Sugo Fest Treasure Map Luffy, or it's technically versus Momonosuke. But, you know, Luffy obviously is going to be getting that Super Evolution, of course. And then we got this, the version update announcement, version 13.3. And one thing I do have to say straight off the bat, that the fact that we're receiving so many of these minor miniature updates, but more frequently, I actually kind of prefer that, rather than we go months without anything, and then they just drop a huge dump on us during 1 month period. I kind of like them doing this, like, small little update every 1 to 2 months, and this is a really interesting update, and this goes into the fact that they did mention last month that there's going to be a new piece of content coming soon, and we get a bit more information on what that exactly is today, and we're going to go through all of it and give my thoughts and opinions about it at this current point in time. So, first thing is first, the new piece of content titled the Co-op Quests. However, this is called the Trial Co-op Quest, and we'll go into more about that very, very shortly, because when this new content drops, this is not going to be the final version of this content. This is just going to be like a first run, an initial trial period, and they're going to be giving us a little bit of a period to send in feedback, and we'll go through more about that in a moment. But it says try out the new co-op quests that will be added in the upcoming version update. Obviously, you can't really tell much from the graphic here. You've just got some of these Wano characters. Now, about the co-op quests, you can challenge a quest with 2 players. I will take care of it, help me, use co-op specials to aid your partner. So we don't really have 100% confirmation as to how this is going to work yet. Even on the fine print in game, there's not a lot of info. They did state that there is going to be a separate notice in regards to the co-op quests. And one thing that we do know is that the maintenance period is going to be starting on December 11th, and it is going to be fully completed on the 12th of December at 1 a.m. Eastern time here in the States. I'm not 100% sure what time that's going to be for most other people. December 11th, 2200 PST. But anyways, we're going to get further information about this, and I would assume that this new piece of content is probably not going to be available on the 12th of December after the maintenance period is concluded. My assumption is the treasure map is going to release, and then after treasure map they might bring it out. I'm not 100% sure though, but what we can really gather from this is that there's going to be a new piece of content. You can challenge this piece of content, and by doing so, you can have someone else on your friends list, I would guess, can join you in taking down the opponent. Again, very, very vague as to the information that we have right now, but it seems interesting. I like that they're trialing something a little bit new. This is also something that we want to talk about here called the growing spots have been added to Treasure Map. This new update for Treasure Map is not going to be for the upcoming event. The first time in which this new growing spot will be added into the game will be in January of 2024. So we're not going to be seeing it just yet, but it says when you land on a growing spot, you will get treasure points and also make that spot grow. And if you do not land on the spot and you pass the growing spot, it will grow. So it's kind of like a tree. It's a tree bud, and essentially the more you pass over it, I guess, that you will make this spot grow more and more. And as the spot grows, you're going to earn even more treasure points when you land on it. Again, very vague. We don't know exactly how this is going to work, but it depends on where this is going to be placed in a treasure map, right? Because as we know, there's certain pathways that are the most optimal to go for. And obviously, depending on your character box, if you don't have certain characters, some bosses are more difficult for certain players, which means that you probably want to take on those certain bosses in the middle of the map. So this could be both a good thing and a bad thing. It all comes down to the implementation and how many points we can actually earn from this. Like, hypothetically, if we pass over this thing like 20 times, and like, let's say you actually land on it on like the 21st time, and it's at hypothetically level 21, if you don't get something like 100,000 points or more, I feel like this is kind of terrible. This needs to be a good thing, and I would assume that it's not going to be something that happens forever. I would guess that once you reach a certain level, it probably stops. Again, this is all speculation. We don't have any confirmation about this, but It's fascinating. I don't think this is really going to quote-unquote fix Treasure Map. I still think this is just a neat little addition, and I really hope that we get just more additions like this in the future. I know a lot of people don't like Treasure Map, and I will say that the gameplay components of Treasure Map are kind of annoying, but you have to respect the fact that Treasure Map does have the best rewards given to the players out of all of the game modes that we currently have in One Piece Treasure Cruise. And for that reason, you know, every little update we get to it is going to help us out. So we'll see how things happen as we progress. As the spot grows, you will earn even more treasure points when you land on it. Other additions, Super Bonus Map is easier to notice, so this is referring to, well, we already know that bonus maps are a thing, but they mentioned in the last treasure map that like every 20 or so levels, you're going to be landing on a super version of the bonus map where you get like more and better stuff, and I guess they're going to be making it a bit easier to notice that, so it is what it is. But this was not all the information that we had. We actually had an official tweet go out in regards to this brand new update, and we're going to go through it because it gives a bit more info here. Today we'll be taking a look at version 13.3, scheduled for 12.12. Growing spots will be added, and actually, as you see, up to level 99. So 99 looks to be the max capacity. We don't know how many points you receive from it, but I would hope that you get a very sizable amount of points, especially if you end up getting it to level 99. You'll earn treasure points whenever you land on the growing spot, and you'll be able to level them up. Growing spots will grow as you pass them, but if you manage to land exactly on one of them, you can boost its growth. You'll even earn more treasure points when you land on a growing spot that has been leveled up. Aim for growing spots, blah blah blah. All pretty straightforward that we can kind of understand right now. Mid-January is when the first treasure map will have this brand new update. But more importantly, talking about the new game mode, we get a little slice more of information here. So a new co-op quest, a new type of content where you can take on quests with another player. It's OPTC's first multiplayer quest. I mean, I don't know what they think about Super Boss Kizuna, because I would consider Super Boss Kizuna to be kind of like a multiplayer quest in a way. So I think that's interesting. I don't know why they're specifically using this wording. Do these guys not know that Super Boss exists? Or if this is going to be like an enhanced version of a Super Boss, that gets me excited. In the trial co-op quest, remember this is called a trial quest, you will get to play part of the co-op quest that's currently under development. We're going to be making adjustments based on the trial and officially release it along with other features in the upcoming version update. So this is interesting, where they're releasing like a miniature version of this new game mode to us. We're going to be able to play it out, and then they're going to be releasing a full official mode for it later on in the next update. It's pretty interesting. They've never done anything like this before. You'll be playing with a fixed crew in the trial co-op quest, but you'll get to form your own crew in the official version. Please look forward to the next version update. That's fascinating too. So they're just giving us a team that's pre-built, and we have to use that team in order to clear the trial quest. It's going to be fascinating to see. I would expect it to be just a very typical, probably the Psy free-to-play Straw Hats that we have to use in order to clear the content. That would be my assumption. We'll also be running a survey about the co-op quest while the trial version is being held. The survey will help us adjust the content, so we hope you'll be able to participate. Once the survey is out, I would actually like to make a video on that. Of course, once we've actually played the trial quest and get a chance to give it a shot. And we can kind of discuss that. Maybe we'll do a Twitch stream on it and maybe have a little bit of a discussion with everyone and kind of surmise exactly how good or bad this new game mode is and feedback that we need to give them in order to make this new game mode worthwhile. And that's another thing as well that I haven't mentioned, is in terms of the rewards. What is the whole point of this game mode? I mean, sure, they can give us stuff to do, but if we don't get any rewards for playing it, people aren't going to play it. So I don't really know what they could really do in terms of that, unless if they introduce some new item or something like that, you know, you have to play the new game mode to get this specific item. Maybe this is going to be a new way for us to get the alternating pens, even though only one character has been able to abuse the alternating pens thus far. Again, we don't have a lot of info. We're just kind of, you know, guessing and speculating right now. The next version update is slated for late January, so that's right before the global anniversary, which is not like the typical anniversary, so it's not going to be a Super Sugo Fest in February. It's going to be a normal anniversary event, kind of similar to what we had with the 9.5 anniversary Luffy and Shanks from One Piece Film Red. So that kind of Sugo Fest is what's going to be for global anniversary. So this new update is going to be late January. Details will be shared in an OPTC letter. Not only do we have version 13.3 update coming, but we also have lots of events and campaigns planned for New Year's, so stay tuned for those too. Very, very much looking forward to seeing what the New Year's celebration is going to be about. But that's what we have right now. And one thing I do want to state as well is that I do love the fact that we're getting more of these letters, more communication and engagement from the One Piece Treasure Cruise team with the community is such a good thing, where, there were plenty of times in the past where we would go months, I mean, even bordering like a year, before we even got any communication about like anything that was actually happening. So I do like the fact that they're giving us these communicative things, letting us know what's going on, and especially this is like really fascinating. They're giving us a trial quest of what this new game mode is going to be. It's not even fully complete yet, and they're going to let us trial it out and see what it's all about, and we can give them feedback as to what we like and don't like. And I think that's a really fascinating way to go about it, rather than not release anything and then late January they drop this new game mode and then we automatically hate it and we have a bunch of feedback that they should have taken on board. This is hopefully going to enable them to create a better game mode for everyone. But that's all that we have right now, so let me know your thoughts and opinions about all of this down below in the comment section. Very, very interesting stuff for version 13.3. Of course, the Green Ball Sugo Fest is going to be going live relatively soon, so I'll be doing probably a couple of pulls for that. We'll see how things go, but hopefully you enjoyed the video today, and if you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.